Okay, so welcome back to Stanford, academic year 2024, to the first term. So my name is Amine. I am the Vice President of Academic Affairs.
Hi, I'm Cheyenne, but I normally go by the nickname of Shay, and currently I'm a student council president.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdulwarith. I'm known as Abdul. I am a senior IQ student and also I'm vice president for marketing and communications.
So today, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about some of the campus youths. We're going to interview Shay, our Vice President, and then we're going to talk about what's going to be happening next term. Also, we have our faculty feature, Dr. Colin. So let's start with orientation day. Oh, you guys want to say anything about orientation? How did you feel about it?
I think it was so fun, to be honest. Like, I feel like the balloon activity, it's like kind of out there, and I was expecting people to be like super shy about it, but I think they had a lot of fun. But I also think a lot of our activities, like, it was very engaging, and the students, like, they were kind of forced to talk to each other. And afterwards, like, we saw that the people that we forced to talk, they were friends after the event, and they're still friends now, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. If I were to explain, I want to say something about orientation day, I would say it was fantastic, amazing, something that I cannot able to explain how it was very well. And also, it was the organization done by student council, thank the president and vice president and behind the scenes. And also the university was very excited for new activities and for especially the event. What do you think?
So I think it was a good learning experience for us as well.
I agree.
We figured out a lot of things that we're gonna have to do differently next time, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the campus use today. We're gonna talk to Shay. We're gonna interview you. We're gonna interview Alarm Caldwell.
That should be really interesting. It's the first time that he's on the show, right?
That's right.
That's the plan. We're gonna be interviewing a student every episode and one faculty member. All right. So what else did we do already? We had our club meetings.
I was really fond of all of them. To be honest, I think a lot of them have big plans, and we have a collaboration with the clubs for our first event. So I feel like that's really super exciting as well.
Right. Let's talk about that. Actually, let's talk about the escape room.
Oh.
That's what we're doing next week.
Yeah. So from what I know, it's kind of like an escape room challenge, and the clubs will be hosting each challenge, and they kind of the participants, they have to figure out the riddle to get to the next venue, figure out the next stage to win, and at the end, there'll be an overall riddle that they need to solve to win. Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
What are the clubs that are participating? Boxing,
basketball, Neymar Club, Indian Club, and football club.
Okay.
Yeah.
And each club is gonna have their own events.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna have to. Each club is gonna have to. You're gonna have to solve the riddle for each club. To end up having the total.
Yeah. The code.
Final code.
The code to escape Stamford.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Is there any prizes in the end?
There is prizes. There's a lot of prizes.
So also we had our student council committee meeting. First student council meeting. That was a little stressful.
Yeah, it was pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
I would say.
For our first committee meeting. But it went well. The committee members, they liked all of our ideas.
Yeah.
They gave us some good feedback. Student council assistants.
Oh.
You just finished interviewing them.
Mm-hmm.
You pick them. They know who they are. When do they start?
I said they start.
This time from now.
Yeah. They started right now. Actually, when we were outside of the student club, Abdul and I were filming, and I called Kate. I said, "Come, you're gonna learn that." And she looked terrified.
I was very happy. She was very happy.
So coming up soon, we have our student council welcome and farewell ceremony. That's coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about that?
I'm kind of excited for us, to be honest, because it's like our official, like, this is us. This is the team of 2024. I'm really excited, actually.
For me, it'll be different. I feel like a stand that'll be have like two eyes.
Stood yourself in
Yeah. One eye is crying with the tears, and one eye is crying with happiness because I also it's my second chance at student council. The thing is,
You were part of the last council.
that's right. That's right. So for last year, I have been joining the student council with my last team. It was very good challenge for me, especially I applied for assistance. And as you know, I thought working with nothing, but after that time I gained experience. I understand how it work going on recently, and I gained very happiness memories with it. And every time I look at my gallery and I say, "Oh, this is the event that we have done, and how is it going?" And there was, yeah, it is. But there's some stressful times where we host very big events. One of the big events we host the sport day. We went to Hawaii campus. It was very big event for us, but it went well. And also my team, I would say thank you for my team as well because there's no difference between the last team and the team. It's just different people.
Right.
Looking for.
Who would you like better?
Oh,
I'm just joking.
no, I'll answer. I would say the one who respect me more, the one who give me a clue.
I respect you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
respect you 1,000%.
So this is my new team.
Right. It's different. It's a little better. Yeah, I understand. Club fair. That's today. That's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's super exciting. Like to see all the clubs together in one spot and everyone gonna interact with each and every club. I think we had even some people playing instruments, dancing, playing their own music. Yeah.
We promote a lot on social
There's
media.
a lot more. There's a lot of students who are very interested in the clubs.
Yeah.
I wonder why, because we also promote for our events. We tell our friends, our new students to come. And this is very useful, especially with our events.
Yeah. What clubs are you part of?
I'm part of every club except
All the clubs?
yeah, no, except dancing.
You're in the Asian club?
Yeah.
You're in the Gay club?
Yes, I am.
Wow.
But I'm not in music or I'm dancing.
Okay.
Great. So this is your next agenda for this year. Dance club. We'll see you in performance. For welcome freshman.
I could. That's thing like my suggestion.
K-pop performance next time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For music, I'm not good at music. I have not good voice.
Okay.
Have you tried to play instruments before?
No. Last time I was thinking and everyone would do like this. Praying to stop.
Did you play instruments, Sasha?
No. None. I remember there was like a stage when I was like 3. I tried to learn guitar. That lasted I think a month.
Okay, so for our student spotlight today, we are interviewing our student council president, Shay.
Hi.
So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Just introduce a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So my full name is Cheyenne, but I think 99% of people call me Shay. I think maybe it's a pronunciation issue. I'm originally from South Africa. I lived there majority of my life, but I finished high school here in Cheyenne. So I've been here now 4 years. Still don't know a sentence in time.
Oh, I want to ask you.
Yeah, and I'm a second-year marketing student. I love marketing. It's my passion. Hence why I forced you to make the reels with me. Yeah.
Is there a specific reason you pick marketing?
Personally, I love marketing in the sense of not the traditional form, like making advertisements. I like it in the psychological form. So when there's like an advertisement, I often see myself analyzing it, like buy one, get one, and I'm like, oh, it's not buy one, get one.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. Like they're just dumbing down the price. So yeah, I like to think of advertisements like that, or if there's like a picture in the advertisement, I like to read in between the lines, like, oh, it actually means this. Yeah, that's kind of why I chose it. I'm just really interested in the psychology behind it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So interesting.
What inspired you to work for student council?
Actually, I wanted to bring something different to the uni. I wanted to bring a drive to be at uni because often university is kind of seen as this mundane place. You just come here for your classes, you go home, and that's it. I wanted it to be more of like a vibrant atmosphere that people can come and socialize and yeah, participate in more activities. But personally, I ran for it because I'm very passionate about it. I really thought that if I have a good team with me, which thank God I do, that we could bring in amazing initiatives to the university. Yeah.
Yeah, so far you're doing a great job.
Thank you. You guys too.
Yeah.
I'm looking for
Why are you doing that?
why. Well, let's be honest, I suppose it's sort of for 1 year from now, because I used to be in the last student council as assistant for internationality and creativity. It was a good experience. I had my last team, and this is my new team. The reason behind that is to gain experience. Let's be honest, to make a change, as you mentioned, to make a change. Because it's not about academic, it's about making the environment more flexible for students.
Yeah. Sure.
The main idea I focus on is how to make university life more is like memories, good memories for students.
You want to make it more pleasant.
Exactly.
Experience.
Because if you look at the last years, you just student come and you finish the class and leave. You don't have a picture of the event, you don't have a fun.
No memories.
Exactly. But now we do. We have a good feedback from students, we have good feedback from audience. I'm glad. I'm very glad. Especially with new teams, with our president. And a pleasure to meet her and her team as well. From previous teams, I was helping people a lot.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it also because you were part of the
previous
council.
But sometimes it's very hard to be friends and extrovert. It's very hard.
You're a very friendly person.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because when you're walking the canteen or walking everywhere, it's like there's at least 10 people say hi to you. Especially when you have someone with you who's introvert, you look at you and say, when we done. These kind of situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you're very extrovert.
Exactly. How about you?
Why did you join?
Oh, what did so I remember when you guys were in student council, I helped you guys with wasn't really an event, it was an initiative where there was an earthquake in Morocco.
Oh yeah, I remember. I don't remember. Yeah.
So there was an initiative to get donations and send it to people who were affected by the earthquake.
Yes.
And we did that, and that was a nice initiative, and I wanted to help make some more events like that. I think that was the main reason I got into the student council, and that's what we're doing. So
Yeah.
we're getting it.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about it in detail, but there are some events coming up. Yeah,
Very soon.
sure.
Very excited event actually.
Yeah. I'm very excited to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know that name.
So back to Shane. Tell us your responsibilities as the student council.
Okay. Yeah. So now with the assistants included, it's 10 people that I manage. So that means I often have to think 10 times ahead of my schedule. So sometimes I would have to say like, okay, I have to do this tomorrow. That means Amine needs to do this yesterday. That means Abdul needed to do this last week. So yeah, I would say my main responsibility is just keeping everyone organized, making sure that we have our own individual tasks that we're doing and we're keeping track of it. But also, I would say I kind of act as like a motivator to you guys. Like sometimes maybe we're lacking motivation, like if there's a technical issue, we were all stressed out. It's just kind of like, come on guys, we can do it. It's fine. But yeah, I would say it's just mainly managing the team.
And so I guess this is a question for all of us that we can answer. But just like in general, what does the student council do? What is happening? What are we here for?
I like to refer to us as the big buddy of university. Like, I feel like, okay, we're student council, but I also feel like we are friends to everyone. It shouldn't be a hierarchy type of thing, but people, if they want to approach us and ask us for advice about anything, they can approach us. So yeah, I would say like our main role is just to provide guidance to everyone, but also ensure that they have a good, positive university experience with our events.
Awesome.
And also we have a field trip
Right.
for
That's
students
Oh yeah.
What is that? What's the future?
to one of the national parks.
Yeah.
And we also go to cow
Like farm?
farm. And yeah, we were milking the cow. It has been a very long time since I milked the cow.
Is this the first time Stamford is going to it? Did the
No, this is number 5.
Oh.
Number
They've been to
4.
it before?
Yeah.
Have you been to it?
Yeah, I was very good.
Oh, okay. How was it?
Amazing.
What did you do?
First of all, we had our filter going to Ohio Theatre. It was last year. It was amazing. And the second one we went to I don't remember. Okay. Oh yeah, second one we went to Kauai. Yeah,
So it's different every time.
it's different. And the last one we went to national how do you call it? The history area where there's a lot of temples.
All right, so let's get back to our interview. Shay. How can the students voice their concerns if they have a problem?
I would say number one thing is people can approach us in person. If they see us in the canteen, the library, if there's an issue that needs to be resolved, they can sit down with us and we will talk to them like a friend. But if it is a serious matter, then preferably an email or they can even DM us on Instagram that all of us can see it.
Tell us, can you share a fun fact about you?
Oh,
A fun fact about
Yeah,
me.
a fun fact about yourself that not many people know.
What is my fun fact?
don't say that you hate cats.
No, I love
Hate
cats.
cats?
I love cats. What is my fun fact actually?
I'll tell you a fun fact about
Okay.
myself. Yeah, sorry. So I'm a bee. I'm a beekeeper.
A beekeeper? What's that?
So I have
That's no idea.
beehives.
Beehive?
At your house?
So not in Thailand, but in Morocco.
Oh.
In Morocco, I have beehives.
Well, it's an animal or something.
Bees,
Bees. Oh,
honeybees.
honeybees.
Yeah, you have beehives. And
That's
honey.
so cool. It's so cool.
It's delicious.
I wonder if they listen. You eat it?
You eat the honey.
Oh, eat the honey.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the box. Yeah, you usually do it in the rooftop on the garden.
Exactly. Yeah. Is there something about you we don't know?
I'm trying. That's fine.
You're a very open book. Everybody knows.
Yeah, everyone knows everything about you.
Literally everything. They know everything about me. Let's see what's something.
Oh,
Oh yeah, fun fact. I used to be a very, very introvert before. I'm worse than ever. Even I don't talk with people sometimes.
really?
Yeah. I don't bother with a be extrovert. I don't bother with be very introvert.
You
I
used to
think
be very shy.
very shy. I don't want to talk with people. I don't have autism, but I don't have communication with people. I don't like it. I'm afraid.
Before.
Then I don't know it's work with John, but one thing I did is I joined swimming course, and it was very good. It gave me experience, and it was very tough as well for me. But after swimming course, it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot.
That's good.
That's
So
good.
you overcame your shyness by starting.
So yeah, swimming or something new, and also started reading books. I read books as well. How about you?
Actually, like going on your reading topic, when I was younger, I was a complete bookworm. Like, I think in a week, I used to read like 10, 12 books at a time. Like, my dad used to go to the shops. he would buy me books for the week, and I was like, yeah, I'm done now. And on a Wednesday, he would have to go back and buy some more. Yeah, and it got to a point where my dad, he would research the books online and find comprehension worksheets for me to fill it out. So it should take longer. Yeah. And another thing is that I feel like not many people know it all. Actually, I'm a pretty athletic person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of swimming and running. I'm pretty fast as well. But yeah, I remember when I moved to Thailand, everyone thought like, oh, Shay's just Shay. And then when I actually started competing, they're like, whoa, yeah.
Do you still swim and run now?
No, I haven't like 2-3 years.
Wow.
No, wait. When is 2021? No, when is 2022? 2 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
So you just don't find the time to do it?
No, I'm just really not interested in him anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because for swimming, I would say my mom, she was like a provincial swimmer. Okay. So it's kind of like genetics, that I'm like this. Mm. So I just didn't really, it wasn't my thing. Yeah.
Okay. You don't like running anymore?
No.
Why?
No.
You like running, right?
I love running, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I run at least once a week. What do you do in your free time?
In my free time? Actually, I'm still quite a big reader, but not like fiction. I like to read nonfiction now. Yeah. Mainly like research papers. I find it pretty interesting.
Because your marketing team.
Yeah. I find it very interesting, like to read like mainly like the psychology aspects, consumer psychology, like why people would choose to buy this water instead of that water. Right. I just find it interesting.
I like psychology as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
They always say in psychology there's always reason behind it.
Exactly. I believe it.
And the reason sometimes is trauma, past experience.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like to do that, and I like going on walks actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like night walk?
Yeah, like night walks. Yeah.
Where do you go?
I just walk around Amine, then I go around Max Value. It's like a whole square, then I go around, and then I come back. Yeah.
Do you listen to the music when you walk?
Yeah, I do. But I actually don't go anymore alone because I'm quite scared. It's dark.
You should go to the works. Works are really nice for it.
Yeah. Actually, Lumpini Park, right?
Yeah, Lumpini Park is really nice. There's Benchafiti.
I know,
That's a good one. There's Benchafiti, there's Chunky Track Park.
Oh, yeah.
They're all very nice.
Yeah.
And at night, they're very well lit. A lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice to walk around.
Yeah, that's pretty much my day. And then I plan for you guys in my calendar. I'm meaning to do this tomorrow. I'm told us this Thursday.
Especially I'm doing.
Okay, so I think that's the end of our interview.
Yeah, thank
you so much, Shay, for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
See you.
Thank you for marketing student, commercial student, and IT student.
You are staying here.
Yeah, I need advice.
Yeah, right. Shay.
You are staying here.
I need advice.
Shay is finished. You and I are going to interview Dr. Colin.
Yes.
Alright. See you guys.
See you guys.
Bye.
Okay, so we are back with Dr. Colin. Dr. Colin is Assistant President for Academic Affairs and Academic Advisors. So thank you for coming.
You're most welcome. It's a pleasure to be here.
So the reason why we invited you today is to have to go over briefly what we did during the orientation day.
Okay.
And then we're going to ask you a few more questions.
Sure.
That's what you're going to do. Do you want to say anything before we start?
No, you go right ahead.
So our first question, what advice do you have for new students to help them transition smoothly into university?
So first of all, it's a big deal for students to actually move away from a secure family environment into a university. It's not easy, especially in the Asian context, because I'm Asian. And I know how the culture influences a lot of things students do. So when they come to the university, it's not easy. So I would say, first thing is to be organized, and we should know why they are there, what they're doing, whom to approach, this sort of things. So it gives them a little bit of independence and taking charge of why they are. Another thing I would advise is to explore the campus. There are so many things on the campus and the things that are happening in the campus that I think they need to take that one step ahead and go and find out, because the happenings don't come to them. They have to go to the happenings. So it's important to go and find out where what is, especially it's not just for the entertainment, it's also for cases of emergency, like your visas for the international students, and if there is a problem where and whom to approach. I would say build a routine. In school life, everything is dictated. You have your schedule, you have your timetable, you start school, you end at school, and nowadays also uh, uh, school students finish their homework at school. They don't bring it at home anymore, like in my days, right? So they need to build a routine as to come to classes on time or probably get there earlier. They should know what time is the canteen open so they can schedule themselves for lunch, those sort of things. Get involved in clubs. That's the best way, because when you come away from your school, sometimes you have no friends, and that's what you need to do. And the best way is to explore, find out clubs, get joined into a club, and that's how you can actually start being comfortable at campus. Stay healthy. Yes, when you're at home, you're attending school, your mom, your dad fixes all the food for you, you are there, they tell you to eat. But when independence strikes in, you're on your own. So if you know that you have to stay healthy, probably that is a very good way to transition into university life, right? It's all about being independent. Be open-minded. At home, you're told what to do and how to do it. A lot of advice. Here in life, you are your own advice. So you have to be open-minded, because there's a lot of culture here at Stamford. 120 nationalities, different cultures. So we have to be open so that we understand each other. That also helps us to get into that comfort zone of being on campus. And I think for students who are coming from high schools, the good thing is right from orientation, the student council has been introduced to them. And what better way than to meet and to talk and to be guided by the student council, because that's what they're there for. So if students, follow these simple guidelines, it's not from a rule book, but it's all about life, how to adjust. I think they should be fine.
Yeah, so basically getting involved is very important.
Absolutely.
I think I agree with you completely. That's something we mentioned earlier when we were talking to Shay. I think a lot of when we did our welcome freshman events, a lot of people showed up. I was impressed with how many new students came up. So yeah, I think that they're on the right track.
Good. Yeah, because if you don't take that initiative, then you get left behind.
Right.
Because I know here Abdul is always ahead, and
Always involved.
Always involved, and that's how you need to be, because you get to know people, you get to know the faculty, you know where things are. You can even guide your colleagues as well.
We mentioned that as well. We talked about how Abdul is known by everybody in Stamford
and outside Stamford as well.
Right. So you already answered some of the other questions, so I'll just ask you our next one. What words of encouragement would you like to share with the students, just beginning their academic journey?
Well, I think the first thing would be to embrace the journey. This is a journey here at Stanford. It's a 3.5 year journey. So it's about effort and achievement. So journey is the beginning, which is A. Going to be is achievement. So, and during the way, during a journey, you get lots of challenges, lots of things to do, ups and downs, and because that's life. So they need to embrace it, because it's very different from home. At home, your journey is set for you, because that's how it is at home, right? Parents are there, guardians are there, your elders, but over here you set that journey. And I would say you have to believe in yourself, because there are ups and downs, and you don't get disheartened.
Yeah.
You don't lose encouragement. You don't lose initiatives. Oh, so what if you get a D in your course? It's not the end of the world. but you know you're going to make it. And, try hard and you'll succeed, and that should be the motto. So believe in yourself. Uh, Not just individually, but I also think it is important to seek support. There are many things that are new at the university, new faces, new processes. For international students, you need to go and fill out your visa form. No one's going to do it for you. You miss the deadline, you're gone. You're a red mark in the immigration. So you need to take that initiative and ask for support. Right. Ask your advisors, ask students council, seek support, and you will be guided properly, and you won't be lost. Another thing is, I think, stay curious, know and find out what's happening. No one's going to come and spoon feed you. Right. This is university life, and it's very different from how you were spoon fed at school. Right now, you are here independently, and if you're curious, then that's the way you will go and find out information, knowledge. And if you don't have that curiosity, then it's part of life. Right. And curiosity actually helps you to gain more knowledge. That's very important. Not academic knowledge, but knowledge of life as well. Keep a balance. Study, have fun. Because you don't want to get burnt out. And you don't want to have too much fun as well. So you need that maturity to maintain the balance of life. So it's important to actually enjoy, because if you don't have a good balance of fun and academics, there's not going to be any success. So we don't burden students with studies and assignments. We encourage them to have fun, because that's very healthy. And of course, balance of diet as well. And then be patient. Things take time, and there are processes to follow. It's not like when you were at home, you threw a tantrum and you got what you wanted. Doesn't happen here. Nobody cares for that. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're patient, you follow the process, things will happen. But all you need to exercise patience, and of course, you need to just stay positive. Don't condemn yourself because you didn't achieve what you wanted to. Right. But just okay, next time. Hard work always pays off. So that's my take on this.
So you said some. I think a big thing for many students is getting disheartened. Right?
Yes.
How would you recommend people to stay motivated? How do you think how they stay motivated? If they start feeling disheartened,
well, motivation it comes from self-discipline. When you come to a new place, you do feel disheartened because things are not how you want them to be, because things are new and things that are not used to. And then sometimes you actually get disheartened because you're not accustomed to what's happening. So you need to set some goals in life. You need to set some goals in your academic progress. You need to set some goals in how you're going to achieve what you want to on campus. So you are actually focused. So this helps you to be engaged in every phase of life. You don't overdo things. Okay, so one is setting goals. Be engaged in class. You feel overwhelmed when you don't put in effort. You be engaged in class because the style of teaching and learning here is very different. You know that. Okay. It's not all about textbooks and knowledge, and you get dumped with a lot of information. It's interactive. It's a lot of discussion. There's a lot of project work. So if you're not engaged in class, you miss out. And that is what is actually overwhelming, and that's what gets a student this.
Also, agents will be very glad and very happy when they ask for them. For help, assignments. When you ask the agents, he know exactly that you're seeking for knowledge,
Yes.
education.
Absolutely. So the agents are always willing to take that extra effort if you ask them to. Because in a class of 40, you have to be fair. The teachers have to be fair to every student. But if there is something that you additionally need, make an appointment. And the faculty member will actually schedule some time for you so that you can meet one on one and then you won't feel left out. You know.
Let's speak about that a little bit. How can people how can students get in touch with their advisors if you have an issue or a problem?
Yeah. So first of all, the students need to understand their role, the advisor's role. So it's not all about academics. An advisor is in the word itself, advising. It doesn't say academic advisor. Academic is part of advising. Our advisors have advised and counseled hundreds of students. So it's not just about what courses you need to take or what grade you need to achieve. It can be about life. It can be something personal. And then you speak one on one, you make an appointment, you book a meeting room, and then you tell your teachers.
Can we do that by email?
We can do that by email. We can do that in person. Or even in class, Ajahn or teacher, can I meet you for a few minutes? I need to share something with you. It doesn't have to be academic. So understanding their role in your life at university here is very important. Yeah, and speaking of that, you build a relationship. It's not a teacher student relationship here. That's probably in school, but it's more of pastoral care. So when we teach our students here, it's the holistic approach, not just knowledge, because knowledge, and this is, if you remember, this is what I said at orientation. Knowledge you can get on internet, but what we do here is we build a student for success, and that's what the internet or chat GPT can give you.
Exactly, I agree.
Right? So this is what we advisors do. So students have to understand the importance of the advisor in. So when you're feeling overwhelmed or burdened, meet your advisor. I would say also meet the student council. I always advise new students to connect with the council, right? Because they are the mediators and the voice of our students. So it's difficult for us to actually go and talk to 2,000 students on campus, and that's where you come, right?
That's what we spoke about that as well.
We are very more than welcome to meet every student. So after the story you tell about advising, after my experience as well, I have been experienced a lot of things in campus, my personal life and academic life. I tried one time to ask my agent personally to meet her, and you'll not believe me when I told you that when I told her the problem, she solved it to me. And that surprised me that she keep updating me what's happening next and the life of everything. Not for one agents, more than 3 agents. Thanks for them to high knowledge to 100 students as well.
Because I have dealt with so many students for many different issues. It is sharing their opinion with me, what they feel, giving me feedback, which is very important. I've dealt with disciplinary issues. I've dealt with behavioral issues. I've dealt with counseling. So when students come and approach advisors or myself, it's different. So we have different hats.
Yeah.
So when it's time to talk about academics, boom, that's what it is. When it's time to talk about something personal in your life, relationship, we also entertain that. But we cannot meddle too much because it's a personal thing. But we can tell you from our experience what probably should happen.
And I think it's a good point. Saying that they should try to contact us as well.
Yes.
Council.
Absolutely.
Sometimes they're more comfortable getting in touch with students. We're students as well, so they might feel a little more comfortable talking to us.
Absolutely.
And like you said, we're a bridge for
Yes.
students and the faculty.
So
We gotta encourage that as much as we can. That's the thing.
yeah, because reaching up to my level is actually I wouldn't say fear, but it's they are very apprehensive about that,
They're
because
a little intimidating.
correct,
They're not too
coming
sure.
up to the sixth floor, talking. Although I don't want that to happen, but it is part of human nature. Right? It's the way it is.
Yeah.
So if they can come to me through you, that would be good.
I think if they come to us, it'll be solved immediately.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to reach to you.
absolutely.
I do believe in that as well. We face many things that actually the problem is start. We think the problem is big until someone listen from us that becomes smaller and we solve it.
Right. And if there is a feedback that students give you and you think it's important for us to know, then please, that's what you come and you tell us, right? So you can collect a lot of information and you can deal with it at your level.
Yeah.
And then when you say, okay, management needs to know who this is when you come and you let me know. And then that's the voice of the students.
Right. We talked about that as well earlier. Shay had a good idea of putting a suggestion box in the canteen. Yeah. I think that's going to help us get a lot of feedback from students. A lot of times they feel a little unsure of
expressing themselves. Yes, yes.
So if they can do it honestly, I think we'll get more feedback a lot quicker.
Yeah, so there are also pros and cons for that because you will find that box the dumping ground of emotions and frustrations which are unproductive.
We'll have to filter it out.
Yeah, you'll have to filter it out. Or you can even develop a template where you fill it out. Okay. Most of it is a checkbox and then minimal writing, and then you can have sort of instructions. If this is not constructed, it will not be entertained. Right. So they know this is something productive.
It's structured.
Yes, it's structured.
That's a good idea. Yeah. We'll work on that as well. So let's talk about building connections in the community.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for new students on how to build connections and build a better community?
Yeah. So connections they have to be proactive.
Right.
Because connections just don't fall from the sky. So they have to take the first steps, make small connections within their classroom. Right. And then, of course, that's networking. It builds up. You will be directed to the right person if you want something more. And then, of course, once again, the council comes into place. And then the council will lead that student to the right direction. Right. So being connected is important because it is actually the foundation is being proactive. Right. Because if you're quiet and you have that mentality of I'm a shy person, you won't get anywhere. You won't win the race. You'll be, status quo where you've always been before. So so that is my advice for new students is to sort of leave behind what you've been accustomed to at home, and you have to just break free from that. And there are people along the way, like the council, like your teachers. We're all here to help because our goal is to see you succeed. That is it. Yeah. And it's like, it's like a diamond. What is a diamond? It's a piece of carbon and it is embedded in mud. So you take the piece of carbon out, it gets polished until it's really shining and it becomes valuable. So every student is like a piece of diamond, but we have to clean it for it to shine.
Work very hard on it.
Very hard. That's what we do. And in the end, it shines and then we let go.
I think Abdul is a perfect example.
I think so too. No, I don't think we will let him go because we need him shining here for our
Stanford community.
And also, I want to say thank you for Stanford as well, the Stanford International University, because when I came here, also I was nothing. Literally, I was nothing, starting from there with the language until I learned the experience, leadership. And it's my very, very pleasure to have this kind of free experience. Let's say free experience. Because in real life, I will not get it for free. I will not get advice from someone who having enough knowledge about everything I do. For academic life, or even in concept as well. When in academic life, for agents, they help me a lot. When I say they help me a lot, because I have been trying to university course, but I would say this is the best. Not promoting, but I would say my honest reactions. When I see the help that they offer, the experience that they give you for free, I have never seen this before. And for council, I start work as student council when I saw there's a chance to build myself. After that, I saw a lot of opportunities, a lot of free experience, and in the future, I'm totally sure that I will get high decisions in the right place because of Stanford, of course.
But sorry, I have to correct you when you say that when I came here, I was nothing. Everybody is something, but at a different level. Everybody has potential. but again at a different level. And that has to actually be capitalized. Some people are quiet and shy, right? And then you change that. Some people have a lower proficiency in English, then you change that. Some people are overactive, we tone them down. So everybody has something. Nobody is nothing here, but we have to just, open that box and unfold the wrappers and actually have them express themselves correctly. Just like you.
I agree because
You're the best example for that.
thank you. My pleasure to meet you as well. Because when I came here, there's something guide me that someone showed me who I am. Someone told me that what I can do at a good way,
Yeah.
which is it's impossible here in this real life.
Mhm.
When I came here, and let's be honest, someone take my hand and show me how to do this, how to do that, how to speak very well, how to communicate very correctly.
Mhm.
And I'm very glad for that.
Mhm.
And they give me a value for myself. They show me that I can do things based, not based on what I see in myself, because they give me enough help to shine.
And that's what I said, diamonds.
Exactly.
You're shining now.
Yeah.
We polished you well.
I'm very proud for them.
So we don't want to keep you for too long. You're probably very busy. Just as a final thought, what is one key piece of advice you give to us?
One key piece of advice is, I think 3 words, I would say. Be open, because it's a different place, different culture, different people. So be open. Be flexible. Don't be rigid. Because if you're rigid, you won't get anywhere. So be open to any changes and adapt yourself. And most important of all, that I have been professing for many, many, many years, and I say this for every orientation, is to have good attitude. Correct?
Correct.
Without a good attitude, you get nowhere. You may have a 4.0 GPA, but if your attitude is very poor, it won't get you anywhere. Because this is what the industry wants. Somebody who has a good attitude, flexibility, adaptability. They don't look at your GPA. They look at your character, your personality, and that's what gets you success. I'm not saying your academics is not important. It is, but it's not everything. So if you club together your academic achievement and good behavior, sky's the limit for success. That's my.
I like this guy as an info success. I like it.
Yeah, I agree very much. So before we go, how can students stay in touch with you in case they want to get in touch?
In touch with me, email. I say, make an appointment, or just catch me on the hallway and stop me, because you come in front of me, I will stop whatever I'm doing and I will entertain every student.
Right. So don't be shy.
Don't be shy. And it comes back to what I said earlier.
Remind
Don't be
again.
shy.
And remember again that before you reach Colin, that we are here to help you. That in case of the issue or the case is very big, we can pass to Colin. But at the beginning, we can solve everything because it's common for us to help people with everything.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Colin.
My pleasure. It was good to be here. And if you need anything, if the students need anything, you guys know where to find me.
Yes.
Send them up or bring me down.
Right. Okay, so that's everything for this episode. We had our interview with Cheyenne. We had an interview with Dr. Colin. We got to know Abdul a little better. And, yeah, you guys say anything before?
I think we had an amazing podcast today. I think it was really informative for everyone, and us included. Like you're a beekeeper. Yeah, I had a lot of fun actually.
I'm really glad to have this kind of experience, especially with Dr. Colin and with my team as well. I get our president, vice president very closely, day after day, which is something I'm glad for. How about you, Amine?
It was amazing. It's a great first episode for us. This is the third episode of the whole podcast.
And maybe next time when we interview with assistants.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I can just try to get a couple of them to.
Yeah,
That would be
for
nice.
sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you guys keep watching, and we'll see you next time.
See you.
Bye bye.